everybody.
Guess what?
What?
This is the last one.
What? It's the last Monday ever?
The last Monday ever.
Is there a comet coming? Going to hit the Earth I didn't know about?
Oh, yeah. Yep, there is. It'll be here like tomorrow.
Damn. Well, I guess we don't got to worry about COVID then. Forget the mask, everybody.
Forget the mask.
No, it's canceled.
Oh, it's a joke. It's a joke.
Oh, it's a joke. Oh, okay.
It's a joke.
Oh, darn it.
Right.
I was ready to ditch the mask.
Yeah.
Change that out for a comet.
Yeah. If only.
If only. So, yeah, we got the, it's Terry Himes says all three. We have all three of the live wires in the house tonight, boys and girls.
Right. Mm-hmm.
Welcome, Wire Nuts. Episode number 52. Dave was doing some math. When was our first show, Dave? What was the show date?
Our first show was July 31st last year.
Wow.
We're pretty much right on the nose for a year at this point.
Must have been a leap year, right? Is that how we got picked up a week?
Was a leap year. Yeah, this year
had a leap year, so it was a leap live wires year.
Yeah,
absolutely. We were just talking in the green room like this time last year. There's no way we could have imagined where we're at right now with the situation in the world and individually even. So things change in a hurry, don't they? Circumstances, and you never know what's coming around the corner. That's for sure. So anyway,
should we introduce ourselves for the last time?
Oh, should we? If there's somebody here that doesn't know who we are, we could say, let us know in the chat if you're a new watcher. We've had a pretty loyal following. There's a lot of names in this chat right here that we'll knock off here in a minute that have been here since very, very early on in the game. So we got to thank you guys for that. And a lot of them have been guests on the show back when we used to do guests every week, which was the majority of the Live Wires programming. We always had a guest in the beginning, or at least tried to every week, a different guest. So we've had some good ones.
Yeah.
We have. Yeah. And Cheddar's like, who are these dudes? I just got here. What's going on? Why don't you shout out that chat, Guitar Hack? Tell them who's watching.
All right, we got Charlie S is with us. Music Therapy Laz, how's it going? Original Paramutant. Merrill J is with us. There's our buddy Bruce. Buddy, this is your last night. You no longer have to guard the gate. You are free to go.
Yeah,
free.
He's like what do they call it when you're trying to get in a motorcycle gang? You're on probation. You gotta do whatever. You gotta do whatever we say whenever we say it. Right, you're off probation, dude. You finally get your full cut.
That's it. Hey, Jeff Miller's with us. Terry Himes, nice to see ya. Great Fanzini. Hey man, there's Gurr. Rick Hefner. Cheddar's with us. Awesome. Who else we got? Merrill J. Nikki Note 6. How's it going? Jimmy Biter. Spencer Cron. Okay, I'm almost at the bottom here. Hank Hill, Half Ace, Alan Robinson, Dan in New Jersey. Zach Thong is with us as well. Headstock Harem, how's it going? Hand 36 Solo, Brian Landreth. Excuse me. And Guitar Meet Science, there's Jimmy.
What's up, Jimmy?
How's Jimmy doing? Speaking of guests you had before, Sean Kennedy, Hugh Caldwell. All right, I think I got everybody. If I missed you, just tag me, folks, and I'll see your name right away. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the show.
Hugh, now
Brian just popped in.
Hey, there's Brian. Thank you. There's our second mod. Thanks, Brian. We appreciated your service over this last year, modding the channel. Now that we're not doing the show every Monday night, I got time now to go visit Hugh over in Scotland. He's going to give me the guided tour.
Nice.
Sweet.
That's what you want, right? Get the locals to show you all the cool spots. Right. He knows where all the spots are at. So, rock on. Well, we have a show, boys and girls.
Yes, we do.
We do.
It is a show. Believe it or not, there is a show. And we're going to start it off at the top where we usually start, and that's with the red hot deals on the guitars and gear. And got a couple of guitars to show you tonight. Dave, what do we have to share behind curtain number one?
Behind curtain number 1, we have an ESP LTD MH103QM for a paltry $210 with 95 shipping.
He got a little crazy with the shipping.
Yeah, a little high on the shipping there. You might be able to talk that one down. But this one's located in Maryland, Pasadena, Maryland. It's a quilt top. Obviously, it's going to be a veneer.
Yeah.
But, quilt top, excellent condition. Does show very minor signs of daily use. He does highlight those issues in the photos. It's
that's nothing. You can buff
Don't
that
see
out.
anything. That's
Little
crazy.
little tiny little scratch, if you couldn't want to call it that. It's in the clear coat. Look like
maple neck, maple board, HSS, right? I believe, yeah.
Headstock's not doinked on the end like most of them are right off the bat.
Right. Looks good. Yeah. I mean,
This is your starter Floyd guitar, gang. I mean, starter Floyd guitar. It's a Floyd special, right? Is that what it is? A special?
If it's even a Floyd branded, it would be a special.
Yeah, I think it said Floyd special on the specs that I looked up. But yeah, you know, $210. He's marked it down. So what was he? He had it at $300, so he's knocked it down $90. Basically, at this point, he's giving you the free shipping already.
Right.
So $305 out the door. So yeah, if you're looking for a guitar that you don't want to spend a lot of money on, and you want to have a Floyd in the rotation,
in the arsenal,
but you don't want you don't want to dump a bunch of cash on it, there you go.
Yep.
So pretty guitar.
Yep.
All right, what else you got?
So we've got a 2019 Fender Stratocaster.
A Stratocaster.
A Stratocaster in Mocha Burst.
Wow.
Mocha.
Somebody already drove this one off the lot. See, that's and now you're going to get that 10% drove it off the lot discount or more.
Is that like a special color mocha? Because I don't think I've seen a lot of mocha strats.
It's one of the ultras colors. There's a Cobra Blue, this mocha color, the oil, what they call it, Texas Tea. I think that's the three colors. Yeah.
So basically, we're looking, your standard Fender Stratocaster. In this nice mocha finish. He does highlight the mocha finish a little bit in his photograph.
It's got a few upgrades over your standard Stratocaster. I mean, it does have
a cutaway.
It's got accentuated body cuts. It's got the different style bolt-on neck.
It's got the contoured heel.
It's got a locking tuners, right? It's got it's some kind of what they call it, the S1 switch on the volume knob that I'm not even sure what it does.
So the S1 basically does 7-way switching.
7-way switching. Mm-hmm. Okay, so it just enhances your regular 5-way switch.
It gives you all three pickups and gives you the ability to have the neck and bridge at the same time.
Oh, okay, I got you. So these are $1,900.
Yeah.
This one's $1,590.
$400 off.
Yeah, $400 off, and it says it's
off,
mint condition. So if you were thinking about one of these, you might as well save $400.
It's a nice looking case. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's that super duper hard shell thing that you could throw off a building, and I think the guitar would survive. Yeah.
Yeah.
That one's pretty cool.
Yep.
All right, we got one more for you.
And behind curtain number 3, we have a 2010s model of Sir Modern Pro HH.
It says 2010s. I wonder if it's a 2010 or he just doesn't know what year it is.
He just doesn't say.
Yeah.
It was made in the 2010s. That's
charcoal web. That's a different looking top. Is that like textured? It's
no, I think it's like a dip.
Yeah, it's like a swirl.
Oh, okay. So it's not like bumpy on surface.
No, it's like a dip.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we got a Palfaro fretboard, modern elliptical neck profile, 10 to 14 compound radius. It's a little bit of a narrow nut, 1.65 inch nut. Jumbo stainless. Spursel tuners. Go to 510 for the bridge.
Matching
Five-way.
headstock if you like that.
Yeah, 5-way blade. SSV, SSH pickups.
Yeah, I don't like it.
Cheddar says he'd trade all of his guitars just to go back to 2010.
Yeah,
Right.
you and me both. Yeah.
The necks on these are really nice. They're,
So
they're not
that right there. If you go
too
back
flat.
if you go back to the back of the neck, Brian.
Yeah, I could go back.
Oops.
That gets the nice
Yeah,
case
right
too.
there.
Mm-hmm.
That's a quarter sawn neck,
Mm-hmm.
and you can tell by how the grain's running long ways. It's not running flat ways. So
Right.
that's a quote unquote correctly sawn neck, according to
You
some.
can see that grain running all the way up the
Mhm.
headstock. The necks on them are really nice. May not like that finish.
No, I don't like
That-
the finish.
Yeah, you're either liking that finish or you're not. They do a lot of different swirl colors. That's the most sedate of the ones that I've seen.
Yes.
Oh, really?
Oh yeah, they have some that are really wild on the swirls. These G&G cases are top notch. That's what mine came in. They're really nice. The case alone probably cost $200. So the reason we highlighted this one is because it's $2,000. This was probably closer to $4,500 brand new,
Wow.
and he's got it in mint condition. So,
Wow.
right. Well, there's a lot of hand. It's a smaller shop. A lot of hand work goes into them. So. Cheddar
It's a
says, I
steal.
wasn't born till 70. I still had hair in 2010. Well, that's why. That's why he wants to go back.
You and me
still have
both,
hair
Cheddar.
now. Hair's overrated. That's why they
I
invented
had a
hats.
lot more on top of my head and a lot less other places.
That's right.
2010.
When I was a kid, men wore hats everywhere they went. My grandfather never left the house without putting his hat on. Not even to go to
you
the
go.
corner. So, all right. So there
All
was
right.
the final ever Red Hots, ladies and gentlemen.
I don't.
There you go.
Yay. All right. We're going to look at some more guitars, though. We're not done. There's a very special guitar that's been recently acquired by one of the live wires, and then it had to go bye-bye. So, Hack, you want to tell them it's your turn for piece of your action. You want to
Piece
tell them
of
what we're
my
going to see?
action.
Yes.
This is a R0 2019. This is
Really?
my guitar.
That's all you're saying about it? That's
Fresh
it?
back from a repair.
Fresh back from the repair. All
Yeah,
right, here
it's
comes
glad
it.
to get this
2019 and
back.
already been in the shop for a headstock.
Yeah.
Not-
fell.
Lies.
Dropped it. And they dropped it down a flight of concrete stairs, and it hit every
Lies.
step on the way down. Wouldn't you know?
And back up.
I want you, I need you, I want you to be my tonight. You need me, you tease me, use you up and throw you away. You fire, taking me higher, don't follow me, don't let me down. You need me now, I need you now, come on, let's go all the way. Get a piece of direction. Get a piece of direction. Traction, retraction. So hot, you really blow me away. Fast moving, fight ready. Time is right, so hang on tight.
Man, they did a great job on that headstock repair, dude. You can't even tell.
Oh man! If you say it enough times, it'll be true, right?
That's right. That's how politics work.
Tell you what, that Epiphone looks pretty good, man.
Why are you swearing at me? What did I say to you?
Poor Hack. That's why we're ending the show. Hack's like, you guys have made fun of my RO for the
it.
last time.
I'm taking my marbles. I'm going home.
Oh, ski guys and going home.
That's it.
Ski guy. Hey. All right.
Thanks, Daniel.
Oh no, really, they did a really good job, dude. You can't even see the little minuscule ding. Now
I'd
it's
have
gone.
to point it out to you. And
I
I'd have
said,
to look
don't ever
close.
point it out, and then nobody will ever know. If you don't tell them, nobody will know. How long before Hack gigs that guitar? What's the under and over? Never. He says never.
I mean, considering it's probably going to be 2021 before anybody gigs again.
Yeah, he'll have another one by then. This will be the low rent RO.
I give it till mid next year.
Mid next year. Because remember, he said, "Oh, I'll never have a RO till I retire from gigging."
Right.
And now he's got one, and he hasn't retired.
I
from
am
gigging.
retired from gigging. COVID made sure of that.
No, you're not retired. Hey, there's Guitar Pit. What's up, buddy? You're a bad
Hey, Chris.
influence. Go away, Chris. Stop sending me links to cool guitars, Chris. No, just kidding. I scored on that Sir, dude. That thing is so badass. Thanks for sending me that link. I basically traded the PRS for it. So that was a win. All right, well, move right along, boys and girls. We have a little bit of news tattoo for you tonight, a little bit of music news. This topic has been touched upon once or twice already in the show, twice, I think, previously. We have mentioned the fact that there's a new Bill and Ted movie that was already supposed to be due out, but COVID kind of butched all that. So finally, there is a release date set for Bill and Ted Face the Music. It's going to be out on September the 1st in the theaters and also on demand. So they've made it now that if you don't feel comfortable about going to the movie theater, but you still want to watch the movie, you can do it from the safety of your home. And they do have a trailer out now, which is going to give you an idea of kind of what the plot is. So we've got a copy of the trailer here tonight. We're going to share that with you. So here it comes. Bill and Ted Face the Music.
"25 years ago, you played a concert in front of the entire world. 1 month ago, you played in Barstow, California for 40 people, most of whom were there for $2 taco night. Bill and Ted, what have you got to say for yourselves?
Be excellent to each other. And party on, dudes.
You were supposed to unite the world and save reality as we know it.
Bill, we've spent our whole life trying to write the song that will unite the world. Why can't we just go to the future when we have written it?
Whoa! Take it from ourselves!
But isn't that stealing?
How is that stealing if we're stealing it from ourselves, dude?
No way!
How'd you like our song?
It's a little on the dark side, but you know, that's cool.
Oh my God.
Is it just me, or does Keanu Reeves look really weird?
He looks rough, dude. Did he get some plastic
looks-
surgery that went wrong?
I know, it looks like that kind of, doesn't it, eh? Or they must have done some makeup on him or something. I don't know.
Because, yeah, maybe, I don't know.
He does not
I
look
don't know,
right
but I
in
noticed that too. I
that.
noticed
Yeah,
that
right off
too.
the bat.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, if you, yeah, I don't know.
The funniest line in the movie is in the trailer where they says, 25 years ago, you played in front of the entire world. Last week, you played in front of 40 people, most of whom were there for Taco Tuesday. That's the only laugh line in the whole movie. It might be. Who knows? Anyway, if it's on demand and it's $5.99, I'll watch it because there's nothing on TV.
Yeah, why not?
It's the off season for television right now.
It's
Well, you know what?
It's going to be the off season for a long time.
Yeah, because they can't make a show.
They must have offered Keanu some money, man, because otherwise he would have said, I'll just make another John Wick.
or another. Oh shoot!
Matrix.
What's the Matrix? No. What's the one?
that's dumb.
Point
what's the
Break.
what's the one where he's the FBI agent and they're surfer dudes?
Point
robbing
Break.
Point Break.
Yeah, Point Break.
Yeah, it was Point Break. Yeah.
Point Break. Yeah.
Patrick Swayze.
Point Break.
So.
I don't think we can have Patrick Swayze back in the movie.
No.
We could have him back in Ghost. Too soon? Too soon? Too soon? Too soon?
No,
Too
not
soon?
too soon, just bad taste.
Too soon?
taste.
Well,
That's just-
nobody's ever accused this show of having good taste.
And
No.
it's the last one, so
It's the last one, so what the hell? What are they gonna do? Demonetize us?
Yeah, that's right.
I doubt it. All right.
Yeah.
Well, Guitar Hack has prepared something for us tonight in the form
Yes.
of riff lessonage. You want to
So
tell them
this-
what we got?
Yeah, this was and I forget who, but somebody requested this. This is a UFO song. It's the awesome Michael Schenker. This is Too Hot to Handle. This was by request.
By request,
out.
ladies and gentlemen, on TLW FM.
Hey, folks. For this week's Riff of the Week, by special request, we got UFO, Too Hot to Handle, guitars in standard tuning. Very cool song. I love Michael Schenker. Check this out. All right, so the whole song is basically chords. So there's no real riff, it's just chords. So the first chord is an E power chord, so root on the 7th fret of the A string. So, and then you add this little tail, and the tail makes it a sus chord, and the tail is the 10th fret on the B string. So we get. Then you play an A power chord, so open A. And you add a tail there again, and this time the tail is going to be 3rd fret on the B string. So we got. Then you go to a D, first position. Then you do this, and he does this a lot. So you bend the G, 3rd fret on the E string, so G note. You bend that down, and you go open. Back to the E power chord. That kind of breaks it up. So altogether we got. And that's going to take you for the intro and the verses. Then when you get to the chorus, it's very similar. The chorus is just an E power chord again. That pulled down on the 3rd fret of the E again. Then you go a D. Back to the E again. So you go E power chord, so root on the 5th, and then D power chord, root on the 5th, and then E power chord, root on the 7th. So the chorus is. And then he'll throw that tail in again, just to break it up. Last part of the song is kind of a bridge part, and I play this a few times in the song, where you start on a B power chord, so your root is the 2nd fret of the A string, so we got A power chord, so you go B, A. That's a D, first position, so we got, then you go back to B again, then A again, then G back to A. and then they throw that tail again on the A. So the bridge part is. Notice the G for a little bit, and then the A for a little bit, then they do it again. And that is Too Hot to Handle, UFO by the great Michael Schenker. Rock on, Wire Nuts.
Rock on, man. UFO needs more recognition. And I'm guilty as charged. I didn't get into UFO or even find out about them until I'm like, why didn't I not know about this band like in the 70s and 80s?
Yeah. Well,
How did I not hear about this?
They got what if you're gonna listen to any UFO, the song I would suggest is Rock Bottom. That's just a fantastic song. Great riff, great playing. It's the Michael Schenker show, man.
Right.
Thanks, Bruce.
Eddie Trunk, whether you love him or hate him, is who more or less turned me on to UFO because he just that's his favorite band, right? So he can't do any kind of a show without bringing him up. I'm like, okay, I'm gonna have to see. This was back when they were doing that metal show. Remember that metal show was on on not MTV, but their competitor. I don't even know if it's around
VH1.
anymore. VH1 Classics. Yeah, VH1 Classics.
So
I
let
love
me
that
just
show.
mention-
It got canceled. Go ahead.
If anyone wants to learn that riff, it'll be on my channel tomorrow. And I actually had another riff of the week in the can. I didn't know that we were going to cancel the show. This will be the last one. But a week from tomorrow, I will have another riff of the week, and it's going to be Cinderella Push Push, if you guys want to check that one out. That'll come out a week from Monday.
Off my favorite Cinderella album. Because probably everybody's if you like Cinderella, it's probably your favorite one because it's the first one and it's good to top. There's other good ones, but it's good top to bottom, man. There's maybe one or two iffies, but it's pretty good.
Long Cold Winter's really good.
That
too.
one's good too. Yeah, that's another band that I don't think gets enough recognition.
Props, yeah.
Yeah, probably
Agreed.
not. Mitch says, is this the last show? Well, yeah, guys, it kind of is. So circumstances have changed. Job circumstances have changed for Dave. You know, we're all super busy.
It's my fault. So
Well, it's not a fault. It's not
your fault.
It's not really a fault. I mean, you know, things run their course after a while, and it's just we've all got other things going on in our lives right now.
Right.
So it just gets to be a little much. We don't try to come on here and just wing it. We try to come on here and have stuff prepared and do a proper variety show with things like that. And if you're going to do it and we're going to do it right, then it takes some time. To put
takes
into
time,
it,
yeah.
and sometimes we've run out of time. So and you know we've kind of covered, we kind of covered all the territory. We feel like so that doesn't mean that you're not going to see any of us on our own channels. Which, by the way, the links are all down below. So, like Hack said, you want to see that lesson again if you're not already subbed, which I'd be shocked if any of these people aren't subbed to you already, but it's down below. And anyway, you've got some big things coming up on your channels. Guitar Hacks Thursday night show is now off and rolling big time. That show you had with Peter, and I'm sorry I forget his last name, but that show was really good. Yes, Peter Pardo.
Yeah,
right.
Peter,
Which somebody asked in the chat if he was related to Don. I don't know if you noticed
I know.
that.
Yeah,
Did you notice the question?
I saw it after the fact. Mm-hmm. I saw it after.
This is
the
Don
fact.
Pardo speaking.
Don Pardo speaking. Yeah.
I love Don Pardo. So no, Evil didn't die. He made it over the shark last week, Dogpaw.
That's right. Survived.
Maybe Evil will make appearances on my channel on occasion. So some of these bits, some of Hack's bits, some of Dave's bits, and some of my bits might migrate their way to our own personal channels at some point. So you never know what might happen. Speaking of bits, ladies and gentlemen, it's the last ever Happy Time Strat. Now I know some of you really enjoy Happy Time Strat, and some of you just detest it. I get the emails weekly. Not really. I've gotten like one email.
I've gotten like one email.
I got like one. So, but anyway, I've got one for you tonight. It's I don't know, man. It's a pretty interesting strat. We'll just let the strat do the talking. How about
Welcome,
that?
boys and girls, to this week's Happy Time Strat. This week's master-built strat is sure to tickle your fancy. It's passionate pink paisley, and it even has an F-hole. You get all of that for a mere $7,425. Whoa, daddy.
Pink, it's my new obsession. Yeah, pink, it's not even a question. Pink on the lips of your lover. 'Cause pink is the love you discover. Pink as the bing on your cherry. Pink, 'cause you are so very pink. It's the color of passion. 'Cause today it just goes with the fashion. Pink, it was love at first sight. Yeah, pink when I turn out the light. And pink gets me high as a kite. And I think everything is going to be alright. No matter what we do tonight, you could be my flamingo. 'Cause pink, it's a new kind of lingo. Pink, like a deco umbrella. It's king, but you don't ever tell her. Yeah, pink, it was love at first sight. And pink when I turn out the light. Yeah, pink gets me high as a kite. And I think everything is going to be alright.
Better
There you
love
go.
you some pink paisley for that one.
I am gonna miss the Happy Time
can be-
strat theme song though.
Yeah.
It can be no more pinker.
Pink,
Yeah.
and I mean everybody loves an F hole.
Yes.
Who hates an F hole?
No one I know.
Don't you judge me.
And there's nothing wrong with that.
No.
Uh,
Okay, moving
There
right
you go.
along.
Moving right along.
So we moved to one really stupid bit, right on to another one.
that's how we roll.
Hack, did
how
I
we
just
roll.
insult your bit?
It's all right.
It's okay.
That's
It's
how we roll.
okay.
So
it's how we roll.
we got one. Geez, we just signed a contract with this guy, and you know he's gonna
I
want to
know.
get paid whether we do the show or not. That's the problem with this guy.
Okay.
we-
so
He's gonna want his money.
So
He's
for
gonna want his
those of
money.
you that don't know, we have an exclusive agreement contract with Gene Simmons, where we are able to weekly share with the viewing audience some of his incredible inventions and concepts and ideas and theoretical stuff, everything that Gene's come up with, and it's vast.
It's just stories from the road. Just
Everything. Yeah, it's just staggering, Words
Amazing.
to shape your life too, you know what I mean?
So anyway, we got this question was sent in by one of our viewers. One of the wire nuts sent in this question. They wanted to ask Gene to tell them a story from the road. So
Yep.
here it is.
This is Gene Simmons from Kiss. It's back in '76. we had a hit single climbing up the charts. It's a song called Beth. Peter sang it, but I wrote it. All the success was coming to us. We had limousines. We had all kinds of outfits and wardrobe. Everything was just growing crazy. We're backstage in Houston, and we just had all our stuff just everywhere. It was a mess. Costumes and stuff. Paul Stanley chimes in and says, "Yo, Gene, I don't know what to do with all my outfits. It's all mixed up." So I thought to myself, how could we organize this? What if there was a room with shelves and a door that we could store all our stuff? I would call this room a closet. Anyway, I searched for a roadie, and I said, do me a favor, see if you can find a room somewhere in this building that has a door and shelves. So we waited for a moment. Then Paul Stanley comes running back into the dressing room saying, "Oh, hey, I found a room to put all my stuff. It's all organized now." So Paul was happy. All of a sudden, there's a knock at the door. You guys are on in 5 minutes." 5 minutes? I start calling for Paul. "Paul, get out here, we got a show. Paul, come out of the closet. We're on stage in 5 minutes." And there's a story. Backstage, 1976, Houston. This is Gene Simmons from Kiss.
There you go.
That roadie was on top of stuff.
Oh, come out of the closet.
That roadie was on top of stuff, man. Did you see that roadie was taking care of business?
It was, man. And I tell you, what would you do without a closet? I mean, come on. Your stuff would be everywhere, disorganized,
So in Kiss lore, this is officially when Paul came out of the closet?
Well, they had a show to do, right? So
I mean, yeah, they had a show to do. They were on in 5 minutes. It was come out of the closet now or miss the start of the show. I mean, how can we go into Detroit Rock City
if
you're not there?
Right.
Oh, hey.
You wanted the best, you got the basement. Paul's still in the closet. That doesn't
right.
work. First off, I want to know, Cheddar, what did you put in the chat that caused the Google moderator to swoop into the live wires and kick your butt?
Yeah, right.
I have never seen anything in the chat that said the Google moderator has deleted your message.
Well, what did you say, Cheddar?
What did you say, Cheddar?
I missed that completely.
Because I can't believe anything that you could say that hasn't already been said or posted in this show. I mean, this is the originator of Satan's anus.
Yeah, I know, right?
This is where the booby drinking game started.
Exactly. Oh, by the way.
Oh, look at there. It's
Oh.
matching. I'm rolling old school. I'm rolling old school.
I'm going new school.
I'm the only one without my own my own cup.
And you guys are rolling old school live wires.
Old school live wires. That's right.
Man, thanks Dave for putting all that effort into the new store that we sold 6 shirts out of, and I bought 2 of them. And Hack never did get his.
I never got mine.
By the way, Don sent us a big donation a couple of weeks ago, or a week ago, whatever, and we returned it. Don, we didn't feel right taking your money. We ain't in the show, bro. So he gave us a super mega generous super chat, and we refunded that. So
that was to help with Evil's hip replacement.
Yeah,
surgery,
Evil needed Evil hip replacement surgery, and he really needed to get some repairs done to the.
There's
actually, 6-string,
Lawrence.
Brian. That is not correct. That particular item was born on the Stafford Music Show on Friday nights, I believe.
Yeah.
So yeah,
No,
but
Satan's
Lawrence,
Anus, there is the originator of Satan's Anus, Lawrence LPD Pedals.
yes,
The
Satan's
originator
Anus
of
is,
Satan's Anus.
and then I think Satan's Anus, and then the line we had last week from Krellbar, who filled in for us to do the trivia after we showed the Uncle Gene bit last week, said Kiss Meets the Fountain. I think Kiss Meets the Fountain and Satan's Anus are the two greatest one-liners from either guests or chat members in the history of the show. So
There's been some good ones though. I mean,
there's
they're
been a
really
lot of good ones. Yeah, the wire nuts are clever, dude. We're gonna miss you guys. We'll still see you around. It's not like we're going away forever, but this show is, but not us personally. But yeah. So yeah, Uncle Gene, story from the road. Wow.
There you go.
Did you see that mound of gear? Can you imagine having to haul that shit around? And that was just
Yeah.
Paul's stuff.
That's just
That was
Paul's
just
clothes.
Paul's costumes.
That's right.
Phenomenal how big that tour got. Right?
Yeah.
Well, boys and girls, it's that time of the show.
Oh. Cheddar
What?
said that he got a Kiss branded test for a certain virus and it got him pregnant.
That can't be what they blocked that for.
Oh,
It
man.
says, Gurr says the joke from Cheddar's still on his screen. It must be a USA thing. That'll roll back around later into the show. We got something that only happened in the US too. Wow. Kiss branded COVID test. Wow.
Oh, man.
It got him pregnant.
It must have been the word COVID in there.
Yeah.
There's got to be a bot that's searching for
Yeah.
fake COVID news. The fake COVID news bot is now roaming wild on YouTube.
On YouTube, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
gotta
better
be
hurry
what
up.
it is.
Wreaking
Before
havoc
they-
and
We
it's
better finish this. We gotta finish the show before they totally take us down here. Before the
Right,
black
right.
van
Yeah,
pulls
don't
up.
nobody say or post that word C word again. Don't. The C word is off limits on this show now because we don't want to get it banned on the last show. What are they gonna do? Demonetize us?
right.
Yeah, that's right.
No, just kidding. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for Raise Your Hands to Rock Trivia.
Oh,
We got some trivia questions for you boys and girls tonight. Are they ready
Yes,
to
we
play?
do.
You guys ready to play? Let me flip over to my trivia page.
okay.
Trivia.
All right. These are.
Yeah, go ahead, Hack.
I can't speak for these guys, but I think my questions this week are pretty challenging.
Oh, you went
Last
hard.
week
Dave
there's
went,
gimmies.
Dave went
Dave's
hard
was
last
hard
week.
last week. I'm going
Yeah.
hard this week.
That's why Dave decided not to do the show last week. He's like, they're going to beat my ass after them hard questions I asked.
Pretty much.
All right, I'm leading off this week. It's my turn to go first. So here we go. Question number 1. Are you ready? Got your thinking cap? You guys watching the chat? Got the live chat up?
Yep.
Here we go. Number 1. This classic rock act was the second group to record on the Swan Song label after Led Zeppelin debuted on it. It was comprised of former members from 3 different relatively successful bands: Free, Mott the Hoople, and King Crimson. Name that band. What was the second band to record on the Swan Song label that was comprised of members from Free, Mott the Hoople, and King Crimson?
Oh, Jeff
Jeff
Miller.
Miller.
Bad
Jeff
Company.
Miller.
Way to go, Jeff. That was pretty good and pretty quick. So Bad Company was Free vocalist Paul Rogers and drummer Simon Kirke, Mott the Hoople guitarist Mick Ralphs, and the drummer from King Crimson, Boz Burrell.
Great band, by the way.
Oh, dude, that's one of those bands that just broke up for no reason, too. They should have just kept on going.
Should've
And
kept
Free,
on.
too. Paul Rogers couldn't stay in a band. He's
I know.
been in some of the greatest bands of all time, and he'd get bored with it in 3 or 4 years and move on to the next one, right? All right, Dave, you're up, buddy.
All right. So, name the band and the song to these that belong to these lyrics. I'm changing it up a little bit.
Okay, whatever, that's fine.
No one told you when to run. You missed the starting gun.
Band and
and
lyrics.
song.
Band and song title. Crowbar hadn't got it yet. Jeff Miller. He's like, I beat you out. Pink Floyd.
band
There's
and
part of the answer.
Band and song.
Song. We need the song too.
Crowbar.
There we go.
Crowbar.
You guys get if you only put half the answer and you give Crowbar a hint, it's over after that. You realize
Yep.
it doesn't take much to jar his memory. So that's right. Time from the dark side of the moon. All right, Hack, you're up. We got a tie.
All right.
Miller and Crowbar, 1-1.
Okay. So, which famous bass player originally recorded Love at First Sting with the Scorpions and was asked to join the band, but then refused by the Scorpions management because he wasn't German?
Ooh.
That's
Famous
racist.
bass player recorded. Famous bass player originally recorded for Love at First Sting. Was asked to join the band. Scorpions management said no because they wanted to keep a German crew.
Nope.
Jimmy said flee.
Nope.
Nope. Nope. Not Christy Canyon.
Famous bass player.
Wasn't Rudy Sarso. Oh,
Headstock Harem. Headstock Harem
Headstock-
got it. Jimmy Bain.
Headstock's been good. He's been strong the last few weeks in trivia.
So what happened was Jimmy Bain, all his parts that he recorded for that record were replaced by Francis Buchholz, which is the German guy that replaced him.
God, that had to suck for him.
yeah.
He's in. He's already laid down all the bass parts. He's gonna
he
get
got-
paid. They're gonna go on tour. Oh, dude, you're the wrong nationality.
He was
Sorry.
with Dio. He was fine. He was with Dio.
Screw you. You're out.
Yeah, he probably did okay in Dio, but Scorpions sold a lot of records off 2 or 3 hit songs, man.
Yeah.
All right. I'm glad I ended up in Dio. I'm not
probably
a
was-
fan.
Yeah. I'm with you. All right, my turn. We have a 3-way tie. Mr. Jeff Miller, Crowbar, and Headstock Harem. 1-1-1. Number 4. They named it after a mythical Greek river that forms the boundary between Earth and the underworld. But what U.S. city does the band Styx actually hail from? Styx, named after the mythical river. But where do they hail from? What city? U.S. city. Styx. No, Styx is the name of the band. Where are they from? What city?
Where are they from?
Where did Styx hail from?
What city are they from?
Boom!
James
James
Severin.
Severin. James, the only one that understood the question, I think. James Severin. So, Styx is from Chicago, Illinois. Actually, Rosedale, which is like a suburb of Chicago. Yeah. They had a Chicago zip code. Let's put it that way. All right. We have a 4-way tie, boys and girls. And Dave, you are up.
All right. So when the rock opera Tommy went to the silver screen, okay, and we're talking when it goes into the movie theater, who played the Acid Queen? Who was the actress that played the Acid Queen?
I remember because I just watched this movie like 2 or 3 months ago on like Showtime or something. They had it on one of those channels. Maybe it was Access TV or something like that. No. We know it was The Who. There you go.
Crowbar.
He spelled it wrong, but you can tell that he knew what he was answering. So that's a typo. That typos count. So, and he typed it again before anybody else got it anyway. All right.
Okay, and we should always say this because people, I got mine, I was first, whatever. We're only calling it in the order that we see it on our screen, so it might not necessarily correspond with your screen. We see.
But
it
have you
the way
guys
it shows up
noticed
on our
that the
screen.
3 of us generally, in fact, I don't think there's one time that the 3 of us see it any different.
No.
So
No.
for whatever reason, the live chat that we watch is the one that we all get. It's not
Right.
different than what they see, which is odd. I don't know how that works. But
Yeah.
anyway,
I've done these. I've done these on other channels, and I've come up first, and then they've called other people, but that's the way it plays out.
Same with me. That's the way it plays out. All right. Well, Crowbar now has a 2-1-1-1 lead, and we are at question number 6, which is Guitar Hack. Still anybody's game.
So Brian Robertson is best known for being in Thin Lizzy, but which other major band was he in? So Brian
Definitely
Robertson was in Thin Lizzy, and then he was in another major band. What band was that?
Real quick, I just want to say, hey, Daniel Horsley, I see you there in the chat. I didn't know
There's
if you.
there's Metalhead Hippie too.
Oh, hey,
Metalhead
hippie. What's
Hippie.
up, duty?
Dave's Guitar Channel
Yep.
says
No.
Thin Lizzy. He was in Thin Lizzy. What other band was he?
Oh,
James
James
Severin, Motorhead.
Oh,
Got it.
wow. James out of nowhere has tied up the game, boys
Yes,
and
he has.
girls. He has got 2 of the last 3, Motorhead
Yeah.
being the correct answer, and we are at number 7. So we have a 2-way tie, but it's still anybody's game because Jeff, Krell are in Headstock Harem and still are in the game with 1 each. So number 7. Which of these Rolling Stones albums is the odd one out? I'm going to give you multiple choice. Which of these Rolling Stones albums is the odd one out? Sticky Fingers, It's Only Rock and Roll, Steel Wheels, or Some Girls? Which of those 4 is the odd one out? Sticky Fingers, It's Only Rock and Roll, Steel Wheels, or Some Girls? You'll have to figure out what makes it the odd one out.
Nope. It's not sticky. It's not Stinky Fingers either.
It's not stinky. There, Bent got it.
Bent Tom got it.
Bent Tom got it. So the correct answer is Steel Wheels, which was released in 1989. The other 3 Stones albums are all from the 70s. Sticky Fingers in 71, It's Only Rock and Roll in 74, and Some Girls, which was actually the first Stones album that I ever bought. I was 14, 1978. So Some Girls was a good... I remember that album cover's burnt in my brain forever. Right? The Some Girls album cover.
Mm-hmm.
All right, number 8. So Bent on the board, and it's still anybody's game because James and Krellbar have 2, and we have 2 questions left. So here we go.
All right. What Tom Petty music video features the story or some storylines from Alice in Wonderland?
Video, not song. Which
Yeah,
video?
video.
Oh man, this is a famous song too. Not
Not
Free
Free
Fallin'. Alice in the Wonderland story.
Alice in
drink-
Wonderland.
She drinks
Dave's
the-
Guitar Channel.
Dave's Guitar Channel got it.
There you go. Just like a millisecond before Half Ace chimed in.
Yeah.
Don't come around here no more. I love that song. When I saw Tom Petty perform that the first time that I saw them with my wife, we were like in the 10th row and it was in Dallas. That they in between songs and there's a chest on the stage and he opens up the chest and there's gold light glowing out of it. And he reaches in and he pulls out the top hat, the Mad Hatter top hat, and he puts it on. And of course, as soon as he does that, everybody in the place knows what's coming, right?
Right.
Yeah. That was a memorable concert moment that I won't forget. All right. So, Dave on the board. Still anybody's game, though. We're down to number 9. And we've got a
Okay.
2-way tie. 2-way tie. Hack, you're up.
All right. So, before the 80s band Skid Row, there was another band, Skid Row, in the late 60s and early 70s. And in that earlier version of Skid Row, there were 2 famous musicians that went on to stardom separately and together again in a different band. So what 2 famous musicians came out of the first version of Skid Row?
Not the LA Skid Row.
That's one of them. We need 2 of them.
We need 2 of them.
One of his buddies. Nope, not that buddy. Wrong buddy.
Need 2 names here, folks.
No,
Here's
Dave.
Guitar Channel. Got it.
Woo, Dave just made it a 3-way tie. He got 2 in a row. Tell him the correct answer, Hack.
Yeah, it's Gary Moore and Phil Lynott. So they separately, Phil did Thin Lizzy, then Gary Moore did his own thing, and then they came together in Thin Lizzy again. So there you go.
I wonder if the Skid Row boys knew that there was a Skid Row before there was a Skid Row.
Oh, it
I
didn't
wonder
matter.
if Sebastian Bach knew there was a band named Skid Row when they named their band Skid Row.
They were already Skid Row. He was a hired, like, they auditioned for him, and he came in after the fact. But anyways,
Right.
but the first Skid Row was long gone by then anyways. So.
Right.
All right, so we got
so
tie. So we need a tiebreaker.
3-way tie. So we got a 3-way tie. Krailbar, James Severn, and Dave will be the only ones answering this question. So everybody else, even if you know Dave's Guitar Channel, just going to let these 3 guys answer, and we'll see who the winner is of the final Live Wires trivia. So the tie break. Are you guys ready? Here we go. A guest guitarist named Leangelo Misterioso is credited on the Cream song Badge. What is the real name of that guitarist? Leangelo Misterioso is credited on the Cream song Badge. What is his real name? Ooh, that's hard. They're gonna have to Google
You're
it.
gonna have to ask Google for that.
It may not even be on Google. I don't know. Buckethead. You guys aren't supposed to answer. You're supposed to let Dave and.
Oh, Dave got it.
There it
Guitar
is.
Channel got it.
Dave's Guitar Channel has it first. George Harrison.
George Harrison.
That's correct. George Harrison is Leangelo Misterioso. Badge was written by Eric Clapton and George Harrison, who at the time were best buddies because George didn't realize that Eric was lusting after his wife. So that's the correct answer. Good job. So Dave is the winner of the final ever Live Wires trivia. Very good, Dave. Nice job, everybody. A lot of good answers tonight. A lot of players in the game did well. So good job. Where are we at, boys? Are we down to the end?
Well, just about. Well, we do need to make mention real quick.
What? Tell them the one thing that did happen.
So I don't know if you guys are aware, but Peter Green of Fleetwood Mac passed away.
Yeah.
Rest
that's
in
a
peace,
shame.
Peter Green.
That's a shame.
The original Fleetwood Mac. Check him out.
Original Fleetwood Mac, yes.
Which is a way different Fleetwood Mac than the Stevie Nicks version. Yeah.
Right.
He also played in John Mayall's Blues Breakers, taking the place of Eric Clapton.
Oh, he did?
Check that out too. Yeah.
I didn't know that. Didn't know that. So, yeah, that's a shame. It's a lot of our
73, I believe.
music, a lot of our music
73.
heroes are at that age where it just any of them. It could be any of them. It could be us. It could be us.
Time at this point, right?
Yeah. I mean, just think of the age of the guys in the Stones and even the bands like Aerosmith. The guys in the Aerosmith ain't spring chickens no more. I mean, there's lots of bands like that. Even the guys in Crew, good Lord, how are they even still alive?
Yeah.
Right?
So-
and
so
Ozzy and
Yeah.
Nobody we grew up with is a spring chicken anymore.
Exactly.
It's all
So-
headed that way.
Let me address a couple things before we hit the last bit. Just so no rumors go flying or anything like that. I am stepping back away from YouTube for a while. That is part of the genesis for our show ending.
not by choice, by requirement.
Not by choice, but due to my job and demands and time constraints, I'm having to take a step back. So I'm not completely leaving YouTube, but I'm sure some of you guys that have your own shows have noticed I've not been present, and that's largely because of other other responsibilities. So
Or being exhausted from said responsibilities, which we all
completely exhausted.
which we've all been there.
So
Right.
yeah, it's nothing. I mean, there's no internal strife. There's
No.
there's none of that. We're all three still good buddies. And
Yeah, I'm
and
sure
all
that you'll still see the three of us on one another's channels upon occasion, right? I mean,
Right.
it's not like you're never
So-
going to see any of us ever again.
Right. So yeah, it's like I said earlier tonight. It is kind of my fault, but it's not any fault directly of mine. It is that I
Circumstance.
have other responsibilities that are taking place of my time that I could devote to the show and to YouTube, frankly. So
And Hackett, I did want to keep doing this show without Dave because he's original. He's OG.
OG Livewire, and it's not Livewires without Dave. So
That's right.
you know, you might see other iterations of a variety type show or bits from this show on our individual channels. Like I think Hack, you're still maybe going to do your Riff of the Week thing for sure, and maybe some other stuff on your channel here and there, right? And things like that. So
But you know, and who knows in the next 6 months or whatever when things normalize out and
we're not closing the channel down.
No, we're not
So-
closing the channel down. It's just for right now. I just can't devote the time needed to the show, and you know, I mean, it wasn't something that I decided on lightly. It wasn't something. It's been
It
a
was something that got decided for you. Let's
right,
put it that way.
right, yeah. It was completely out of my hands, and it
Somebody
just got,
else decided.
it just got to be too much. So when things like that, you know, you have too many irons in the fire, and you got to let some of them go.
Got to
And
put one out.
You
And
got
this is the for fun one.
right,
Hobby,
right.
right?
So
We're not getting paid. So we're just doing it for fun. We still appreciate you guys watching though. We've had
Yeah,
a blast
thanks,
with you
everybody.
guys. You guys are witty, you're funny, you get the stupid bits for the most
Yeah.
part. You play along, and that's been great. So we're gonna miss seeing you guys every Monday night, but we're still gonna
Yeah.
see you
Yeah.
around. Right.
We're
We're still
gonna
gonna
see
see
you
you around.
around.
Absolutely. Well, we're going to send you out with one more bit, the last Livewires bit. So we have this thing we've been doing the last few weeks called Wild Side. So each of us have taken turns picking an album and song of the week. And we've been going kind of off the beaten path where we're not doing the AC/DCs and the Led Zeppelins and that kind of stuff. We're trying to find deeper cut type of things. And so it turned out to be my turn this particular week to do one of those. And so for tonight's final show ender, I picked a love song from an album released in July of 1973 when we were just all little tykes by the Dutch rockers Golden Earring. Having formed in 1961, Moontan was Golden Earring's 9th album out of an astounding 26 released to date. Can you believe Golden Earring has 26 albums, guys?
Oh,
wow.
It peaked at number 12 in the United States on the U.S. charts and contained the band's biggest breakthrough U.S. hit, which peaked at number 10 on the singles chart, Radar Love. Radar Love drove the album sales to gold status and to this day remains the band's only gold record in the United States. Now, there's a couple of versions of this album. There's a European release that had 6 tracks and an American release that had 5. Now, the reason for the 2 different releases is the European one had boobies on it, and in 1973, the U.S. market wasn't ready for boobies on an album cover.
ixnay
but-
on the boobies.
Ixnay on the boobies in the North American market. But there's also more than that. There's 2 songs on the European album that aren't on the U.S., and there's 1 song on the U.S. album that's not on the European. So it's actually almost two separate albums. So that makes it interesting. But the shortest track on the album and I think this is part of Golden Earring's early problems with success, is 6 minutes and 26 seconds long. All their songs were 8, 9, 10 minutes long, right? So they didn't get on the radio. It only has 5 tracks. It's like a half-hour album with 5 tracks. So this one did get on the radio. One of the best driving songs of all time. Great bass and percussion groove. A classic rock masterpiece with Barry Hay on the vocals. This is Radar Love. And we love you, Live Wires. We're going to catch you on the flip-flop, guys.
Later, folks.
Thanks for watching the show and always being there for us and being positive. We really appreciate it. We're going to see you around.
Take care.
I've been driving all night, my hands wet on the wheel. There's a voice in my head that drives my heel. It's my baby calling, says I need you here. And it's 4:30 and I'm shifting gear. When she's lonely and the longing gets too much, she says the cable coming in from above. Radar love. The radio's playing some forgotten song. Brand new leaf coming on strong. Hypnotized, and I'm spinning into a new sunrise. When I get lonely and I'm for sure I've had enough, she says the comfort coming in from above. We don't need no letter at all. We've got a thing that's called radar love. We've got a light in the sky. No more speed, I'm almost there. Gotta keep cool now, gotta take care. Last car to pass, here I go. And the line of cars drove down real slow. And the radio played that forgotten song. Brand new leaves coming on strong. And the newsman sang his same song.